What is up, Hambone here, and today's video is a little different. It's not actually talking about any tips or anything like that. Today's video is a what I think of the multiplayer so far. With the game being a little over 2 weeks old now, I thought this would be a good opportunity to give my first impressions of the multiplayer and what I think is good about it and what I think is bad of it so far. So, to start things off, the first thing I want to say is that I haven't had this much fun playing a multiplayer game since the original Gears of War. And to put this into perspective, I have more hours in the original Gears of War than I think I do any other multiplayer game, which would be at least like hours wise, probably 40 days times 24 hours, whatever that would be, would probably be a good estimate because the only other game I can compare it to is Call of Duty 4, which I have about 30 days in, and I know I played Gears of War 1 way more than that. So, it's just a good expression of how much I like this game. I like it a lot, and I'm hoping that in the future this game will continue to be as good as it is right now. But, first thing I want to talk about that I really like about this game is the clan system. And I know I've heard a lot of people complain about it, but I personally really like it. First of all, because it rewards you for doing consistently good. The more consistently good you do, the more stuff you unlock, the quicker you unlock items, the quicker you unlock stuff for your character. It rewards you for being consistently good. But at the same time, it punishes you for doing consistently bad. I love this aspect when games do this. They reward you for being good and they punish you for being bad. That's how games should be. So, when you're doing bad, you're gonna lose playing people. You have to be able to unlock stuff. I like that. And what I also like about this is that I feel this system encourages you to get better as a player, but it also encourages you not to camp. And what I mean by camping is not someone who plays slow and moves up. That's how you should play this game. This game is not a run and gun. This game is a tactical shooter more than any other game I can think of off the top of my head. And what this means is it encourages people not to just sit back in the back of the map and just wait for someone to run past their random area where they're going to be sitting the entire game and get one kill. That's not this game actually encourages you not to do that, because if you're doing that, you're not getting enough parts, which in turn means you're not getting enough resources, and you're going to do really bad, and your clan is going to suffer, and you're not going to be able to unlock anything. So it encourages you less camping wise in your gameplay, which I really love. The next thing is connections. The connections on this game, aside from the first day and one other time, which I think actually was showed in the last video I posted, I have had no problems with the connections. Every time the connections have been fine for me for the most part. I have a really bad connection in general, so this is really good for me. I really like this. It helps me out, and I don't know how their matchmaking works to set up these connections, but I always end up on a fine connection. I don't have to really worry about lag. Now, next thing that I'm going to talk about is the maps. And I'm going to say, as a whole, I love the maps. I think they're all really good, except for one, and that particular one is high school. I don't know why, but I just do not like high school. I think it plays really weird. I think the spawns are a little messed up on it. And I've only played it 3 times, maybe that's why. But I'm not sure if it doesn't get picked because it just doesn't get picked, or if it doesn't get picked because no one else likes it like me. I'm not sure what the reason is, but it never gets picked when I play, and I think I've only played the map like 3 times. So, yeah, I'm not a fan of high school, but every other map I really like. I especially love Dam, which is this map, and Lakeside. Both of those maps are really great, I feel. I like them. Their layout is really good, and I feel that no side gets a real unfair advantage in those 2 maps in particular. But the maps as a whole are really good in this game, and I really like them, except for high school, which every game can't have every map be just perfect. So I'm actually really excited for the first multiplayer DLC. I think the first one is actually going to be a single player add-on to the campaign, or like a side story or something like that. But when the first DLC for the multiplayer drops, I'm actually really excited because I hope they add some really cool maps for us to get on, and I hope they're as good as Dam or Lakeside. Now, next is the loadout system. The loadout system in this game, I like it. One thing about it is the loadout points. This game doesn't just have you set a set number of points. As you rank up, as you get more resources, you unlock more loadout points. I actually am not even sure what the max number of loadout points is, but I like the fact that you get more loadout points as you rank up. This not only helps you make better classes, this also helps you play the game in a way you want to, and it doesn't limit you as much as if you were stuck at a specific number the entire game. So I really like this because if you can make, better classes by having more points and play the way you want to, because you can set your classes up that way more easily because you have more points to throw around. What this does, it makes players happier because they can play the way they want to, and it also increases the life cycle of the multiplayer for this game, which I really like because I really like playing it and I want this multiplayer to last a while. So that part about the loadout I really like. But weapon balance. Now, I'm just going to start in the small firearms and say that, yes, the revolver, in my opinion, is the best small firearm in the game. It's the most versatile, it does the most damage across the most range, and it's the overall best weapon in the small firearms. But this doesn't mean that the shorty and the 9mm don't have their place. The shorty still trumps the revolver at close range, and the 9mm has a silencing feature which helps it be good for people who like to play stealthy. The revolver cannot be silenced, so if you want to play stealthy, the 9mm silenced is probably the better choice for you. Now, where this game goes a little awry with the weapon balancing, I feel, is the large firearms. And that's partly because I feel the hunting rifle and the burst rifle, both of those are not that great of guns. The hunting rifle, I don't know what it is about it. I just don't like it in this game. I feel that the semi-auto or the bow is a better choice for you to play with. And the burst rifle, it's only effective at really close range, or at least from what I have found. I know maybe there's somebody out there who've actually been able to use it effectively at longer ranges, but I can only use that weapon, for me at least, at closer ranges. I think it's maybe the recoil of it or something, which I know they put the recoil in there so it couldn't be, be able to just destroy people at long range. But maybe they should decrease the recoil a little bit more so it could be used more than just, a close range situation. But the semi-auto and the bow, like I said before, both those guns are really good. The semi-auto itself is like the revolver in the fact that it is a very versatile weapon, and then the bow is a really strong weapon in itself, and it's a really good one for stealth combat, and I believe it is a one-shot headshot down too, which is also really good, rewards accuracy. Now, the purchasable weapons, I know this is of course my opinion, I feel that they are balanced, but the way that they are balanced is that it just depends on your playstyle to make it whether the gun is good or not. Like, I personally like the El Diablo. I'm not a fan of the shotgun purchasable weapon, but I know a lot of people like it. I'm not one of those. A lot of people also like the assault rifle. I'm not one of those people that likes the assault rifle. I prefer the El Diablo over it. So I feel that while the purchasables, I don't like all of them, I feel that they are balanced because people still want to use the shotgun over the El Diablo. They still want to use the assault rifle over the El Diablo. So it's not as if the purchasables are completely unbalanced between each other. I think they made it that way so it depends on your playstyle. The machete, I've actually used it a little bit now, and if you like to be a person who runs up and melees people, that's a good gun, a good weapon for you. If you like to snipe, the military rifle is the way to go. I mean, I'm not a fan of these particular weapons too much, but they're effective. I just prefer the El Diablo, like I said. The flamethrower, has its place in a different way, in the fact that if you're running into a team that likes to stick together, if you can force them into a close quarters combat with you, and let's say they all have armor on, the flamethrower is actually a really good weapon to actually take out teams that use armor. So it's effective in that way, and it can be useful if you're running into close quarters against teams that are full of armor. The flamethrowers are really good. So all the weapons have their place, but I just prefer the El Diablo, and I feel the purchasables were balanced enough to where you won't be able to just straight out say this one is the best. I think it comes down to preference more than anything. So as a whole, I feel this the multiplayer so far is really good. I really wish that there were one thing I will complain. I wish there were about 2 more maps. Would be nice at this point. Not that I'm getting tired of the maps, just that, you know, nice variety. But the maps as a whole, I really like them. The whole loadout system on this game, I really like it. The weapon balancing, they could do a little bit to fix the large firearms, I think, by, you know, decreasing recoil on the burst rifle, stuff like that to help it. But I really enjoyed this game so far. I'm really liking the multiplayer. But enough of what I think of this game so far. Tell me what you think of the multiplayer. What do you like? What do you dislike? Do you agree with everything I'm saying this? If you don't, let me know what you disagree with. I would really like to hear y'all's opinions on what you think could be done to make the multiplayer better, or if you think it's fine the way it is. As usual, if you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And then, if you like the Last of Us multiplayer content, be sure to subscribe to my channel, because I will be posting it almost every day. Actually, tomorrow, from the day this video is going up, will be a Monday. I will not be able to post anything that day because I have a test I must be studying for and actually to take later that day. So I will not be able to post anything the Monday of July 1st. But as usual, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
They can't hold on much longer.
Damn! Well, it was a 3 to 4 man race right there.
Yep.